This goes deeper than just individuals being arrested. They are attacking a very fundamental right on two levels. One is the fund itself as a civil society group that has already been disbanded under threat, and then their trustees are now arrested. But the mission of the group was to provide defense in court, which is another fundamental right that is now being completely eroded and eliminated. They are claiming that somehow there are foreign forces or that members of this board of trustees traveled overseas and somehow colluded with foreign forces. But really, all of those things are just hiding really the true intent, which is to send a message to anybody who remains in Hong Kong who would dare to exercise their freedom of speech or have done so in the past. They're going to come for you as retribution.
One of the arrestees last night includes Cardinal Zen, a 90-year-old former bishop of Hong Kong. It might seem strange, but he's far from the first man of faith to be targeted by the Hong Kong authorities. So why is it that they seem to have this target on their back?
Cardinal Zen has always been an outspoken supporter of democracy and human rights in Hong Kong and in the mainland. And I think that has made him sort of a thorn in the side of Beijing for many years. And so there's, I think, an element here of retribution for past dissent and offense against the Beijing government and the Hong Kong government. But even broader than that, as you have said, is that religious communities, and this is not limited to the Catholic Church, to Christians, but you see this in the Muslim community, in the minority, in the mainland, in the Tibet regions, and the Falun Gong community. Part of what makes Beijing's authoritarian regime work is the control of the truth. Cardinal Zen is a close family friend. My father has marched alongside him for many decades now. He showed up at every court proceedings that he could physically attend and have been there every step of the way as a spiritual guide and shepherd along this movement. And so he represents, I think, much more than just the church. But I think that what we are seeing now today is a retribution of what he has represented for Hong Kong in the past.
This latest round of arrests was apparently triggered by Professor Hui trying to travel outside of Hong Kong for a conference in Europe. And this follows widespread fears about Hong Kong immigration authorities maintaining a list of Hong Kongers that they won't allow to leave the territory. So what do you think? Does this confirm those fears?
This reveals and confirms some of our suspicion that there is indeed a list that the Hong Kong government is keeping, because our suspicion is that what triggered the group of arrests was the attempt by Hui Peng to leave Hong Kong. That reveals for us is that there is a list of people that they're monitoring, and that when they attempt to leave, they are flagged. And when he was arrested, that triggered, I think, the arrest of the other trustees so that their passport and travel documents would be confiscated. That also adds to the alarming status right now in Hong Kong of just knowing that people might not be able to leave and travel freely from Hong Kong if they are on the list of the government watch list.